Good day, everyone. My name is Edwige. I'm a data analyst. Welcome to this video about creating a dashboard in Excel. This is part 4 of this project. In the first part, I cleaned the data in Power Query and I created this fact table and 3-dimension tables. I also created a calendar table because I know that I'll use it while creating my measures. So if I go to Power Pivot, manage, then you will see all my tables here. So I've added all these tables here to model. And then if I go to the diagram view, you will see all the relationships which were created. In case you want to know more about this, watch the first video in this project. So now in the second video, I showed you how to create pivot tables. So the pivot tables are used to get more information out of the data, and it is very good to summarize your data. And these are what is called an data analysis in Excel. So when you want to analyze your data in Excel, you build pivot tables and so on. And then the next part, and then in the third part, I created visuals from these pivot tables. So the visuals are not displaying here because I've already moved them on the dashboard. We will see it very soon. But one thing that I would like to highlight here is that in Excel, we also have DAX measure, just like in Power BI. So this is where, if I click here, new measure, if I click there, it will show new measure or manage measure. So let's go to manage measures. And then these are all the measures that I created in order to complete this project. And if you know how to use measures in Power BI, then you will definitely know how to use it in Excel. So if I want to create a new measure, I can click here. And let's say, for instance, I want to calculate the total sum. So I can write total sum here, total sales. And then I'll just put here sum. So as soon as you start writing, it will propose it. So I will use my tab key, and then I select the column that I want. Let's say sales, and I close it. The next thing, I need to check if the formula is correct. So this is very important in order to check if whatever you have entered here does not have any error. If it does not check this green, show green like this, it means the formula is wrong. Then you will go ahead and modify it. And then you can change the format here. Put the thousand separator, put the number of decimal places, and when you are done, you click on OK. It will directly appear on the other page. Let me show you. So I will just cancel this because I do not need another measure. So these are the measures which were created. So if I click here and I say, okay, the fields are already showing. And you can see these are all measured, the ones that shows FX and then the name aside. So these are the measures. So in this pivot table, you can see that I have the sum of sales. So the total sales, and then I have the max. So I have the state, the total sales, and the max. So this is the max. This value is displaying. This is the max of this column. And let me go ahead and explain to you why I created all these tables and how I'm going to use them. So this table here, the one here displays the KPIs. So these are the ones that are going to show on the top of my dashboard. And then the other tables are just to create simple visuals like bar charts, line charts, or donut chart, and so on. So I created this max column, or let's say the max measure, the max sales by state measure, in such a way that when I build my line chart, or let's say my bar chart, then I want to highlight this max So this is the best way to enhance your visuals. I do the same for the profit. But now for the total sales by month and profit by total profit by month, I created the max and the mean measures in such a way that I will be able to display the lowest point and the lowest point of the sales and the highest point also. And then another thing that I did was to create, so this one is showing the year-over-year percentage sales and the year-over-year profit for each of the years, because I have 4 years, 2015 up to 2018. So now this table here displays several things at the same time. And this one is conditional formatting. So if I want to do that, I can just highlight this and I go to home, conditional formatting. I can highlight the cells, I can top and bottom, I can do the top or bottom, data bar. So this is what I use, and I use the gradient one. So you can see if I click here, it will directly appear there. Or I can see the solid, I can choose the solid fill, or you can even create a new rules that you want to apply, or even the icons. But I didn't want icons, so. And then this one here is because you need to customize these values also, so that it shows green for positive and red for negative. So you highlight it and you come here to number, you click on this little arrow, and then you need to select custom. Can you see some of the measures, some of the ones that I created? Look here. If it is, so if I want to show green when it is up and then red when it is down. So you will see it in the dashboard very soon. So you customize it. And then I also created this table. It is a very long one. It shows total sales by product. So, and I needed it in order to display the best sold product in my dashboard. So now, since I've already explained to you how I'm going to use this, let's go to the dashboard. So this is the dashboard. I have my slicers, and note that it is good to know to select your slicers wisely. And then I have the greetings, and then quick insight. Profit was generated from most product. So this is one of the quick insight. So this is what I was telling you about the best sold product. So as soon as I interact with these slicers, you will see how this will change and so on. And these are the KPIs that I was explaining about. And then these are the charts for the donut chart: sales, profit, quantity, and average discount. So I put them together, and I only put the label, let's say the legend once for all the four charts. So doing it this way, it helps me save a lot of time, and I mean a lot of space on my dashboard. And then this one here, I created the first bar chart and I inverted the x-axis so that it shows on the right, because I want to use the same axis for both charts. So total sales by state and total profit by state. So these values here are being used for both charts. So this is also another way of saving time space on your dashboard. And here, this is where I'm actually using that mean and the max measures that I created. So you can see how it directly displays on the figure, on the chart. And I remove these other points labels so that it does not mix the chart cluttered. Same thing here. And then this other table, this is what I was showing you here. This pivot table, but I've added so many things, like to show the up and down arrow and so on. And then I also added the variance column, because here it is not showing. In the pivot table here, it's not showing. So one challenge that I encountered was to copy this pivot table directly on my dashboard. So I thought that I would just highlight like this and copy it, but when I did that, it appeared as a picture, so it could not be, it was not dynamic. So what I did is that this table is related to that pivot table. So if I click here, you will see here equal to pivot table age 77. So if I come here, you will see that this one is age 77, and this is the same for all the cells. So this is how, and I created the variance column by taking the total sales minus the previous year's sales. So this is the formula, and so on. And I did the same thing for the profit. And I've showed you how you can customize these values here. So now let's go ahead and interact with the dashboard and see how it appears. So if let's go to these buttons here, consumer. So you can see that the best sold product is Canon. I'll click here so you can watch and see how the chart is modifying as soon as I click on the slicer. So you can see that everything is. So now this best sold product has changed, and you can see the all other visuals are changing also. This is because I modified the interaction of the slicer so that it modifies all the measures as soon as I click on it. So you can clearly see how it interacts, and this is the best way to actually get more information out of your data. Because okay, and these tables will directly give you more information. Okay, so now this has come to the end of this project that I started a few days ago, where I went step by steps to explain how to create fact and dimensions tables, creating pivot tables, creating visuals, and now this one about creating a dashboard. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and if you want to catch up on the other videos, just go ahead and watch them so that you will understand everything. I will also include a data set in case anyone wants to try. So thank you for watching the video. As I said earlier, my name is Edvish and I'm a data analyst. And whenever you have projects that you need someone with experience, just feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be able to get more information out of your data and provide the insight that will help you enhance your business. Thank you so much. Bye bye.